Here's something most people over 50 don't realize. The number one predictor of how independent you'll be at 70 isn't how much weight you can lift. It's how well your body handles speed. Quick, controlled, full-body movement. And there's one floor exercise, no equipment, no gym, that trains exactly that. In under a minute a day. It's called the mountain climber. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens to your heart, your core, your joints, and your balance when you do it consistently after 50. Plus the one form mistake that turns this joint-friendly move into a shoulder problem. Stay to the end, because that mistake is more common than you'd think. Let's talk about why this age group specifically. After 50, two things happen at the same time, quietly in the background. First, cardiovascular fitness, your VO2 max, your heart's ability to deliver oxygen, starts declining faster than it did in your 30s and 40s. Second, something called sarcopenia kicks in, the gradual loss of muscle mass. And more importantly, muscle power, the ability to move quickly, not just move heavy. That second one is the sneaky one. It's not about looking strong. It's about catching yourself when you trip, reacting fast enough to avoid a fall, getting up off the floor without needing to think about it. And this is exactly where a fast, full-body, floor-based movement, like the mountain climber, becomes more relevant at 50 than it ever was at 25. Most people file mountain climbers under ab exercise. That's a mistake. And understanding why changes how you should think about doing them daily. Adults with lower levels of physical activity can meaningfully improve their cardiovascular function through mountain climbers. Since the movement functions as a whole-body, high-intensity interval training exercise, that's a key detail. This isn't just a core move that happens to raise your heart rate a little. It's structured almost exactly like the interval training. Cardiologists recommend short bursts of elevated heart rate done consistently, which is one of the most well-established ways to improve cardiovascular health over time. And because the movement combines core stabilization, cardiovascular conditioning, and total body strength in one continuous motion, you're not choosing between a cardio day and a strength day. You're doing a compressed version of both, in the time it takes to boil an egg. Here's the part that surprises almost everyone watching this after 50. Mountain climbers are classified as low impact. That sounds wrong at first. The movement looks explosive. But despite being a high-intensity move, mountain climbers are low impact, making them a good option for people with joint pain, who still want to burn calories and elevate their heart rate. Unlike running or jump-based cardio, your feet aren't slamming into the ground with your full body weight. The load is distributed across your hands and the balls of your feet, in a controlled plank-based position. This is also why mountain climbers are considered suitable for individuals with joint pain, or for anyone looking for a gentler cardio option without giving up effectiveness. For a 55-year-old with cranky knees who's been told to avoid impact, that's a very different message than the one most cardio videos give you. This is where mountain climbers earn their place in a 50 routine specifically. The movement engages your core, legs, glutes, arms, and shoulders together, which directly carries over into balance, posture, and everyday tasks like climbing stairs and lifting objects. That's not marketing language. That's the literal muscle recruitment pattern of the exercise, mapping onto the exact movements that become harder with age. Getting off the floor, catching your balance on uneven ground, carrying groceries up a flight of stairs. And stairs specifically deserve a mention, because descending stairs is one of the more biomechanically demanding tasks for older adults. Stepping down over greater vertical distances requires older adults to generate larger joint forces at the ankle and knee to control their body's downward momentum, and older adults already operate closer to their physical limits during this task than younger people do. Anything that builds coordinated strength across the hips, knees, and ankles the way mountain climbers do is training your body for that exact daily challenge. Remember the mistake I promised at the start? Here it is, and it's almost universal among beginners. Locking the elbows out completely during mountain climbers places unnecessary strain directly on the shoulder joints. And if you're doing this move daily, that small strain compounds fast. The fix is simple. Keep a slight soft bend in your elbows throughout, the same way you would in a push-up. The second common error is just as important, letting the hips sag or pike upward during the movement, which shifts strain onto the lower back and reduces how effective the exercise actually is. Your body should stay in one straight line from head to heels, no exceptions, even when you're moving fast. For anyone starting after 50, especially if it's been years Since you've done floor-based exercise, the smart entry point isn't speed. It's beginning with slow, controlled leg marches in the plank position, maintaining flawless form before progressing to faster tempos over time. And if you've had a recent joint replacement, hip or knee surgery or abdominal surgery, this is one to clear with your doctor or physical therapist first, not one to guess your way through. So should you actually do this daily? Here's a realistic version, not an extreme one. You don't need punishing 5-minute sets. A short controlled block, even 20 to 30 seconds of slow, well-formed mountain climbers, once or twice through, most days of the week, is enough to start accumulating the cardiovascular and stability benefits described above. As form and confidence build, duration and pace can increase gradually. The daily consistency matters more than the intensity of any single session. This is a movement pattern you're teaching your nervous system, your balance, and your cardiovascular system to recognize and adapt to over weeks and months, not something you're trying to conquer in one brutal set. So a cardio workout disguised as a core exercise, joint-friendly, despite looking intense, training the exact movement patterns that keep you independent as you age, all in under a minute a day. That's what's really happening in your body when mountain climbers become a daily habit after 50. If this helped you see this move differently, subscribe. Every week, we break down one exercise in one age group and show you exactly what it's doing to your body. No hype, no extremes. And if there's a specific exercise you want broken down next, drop it in the comments. I read everyone. See you in the next video.